Hey guys, welcome to Muscle Memory. My name's Malcolm. Now, this is a 6-year episode of Dynamite, the anniversary on Wednesday on TBS. I have one of the stars have been with AEW for the last 5 years, and we're going to talk about his biggest Dynamite moments on AEW. Anthony Bowens, how are you?
I'm great. It's a good week. It's a really good week, and it's always good to celebrate the 6-year anniversary of AEW Dynamite with the pride of professional wrestling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is. Now, when you first heard about AEW and AEW Dynamite, where were you when the first ever Dynamite happened? Because personally, I was in the arena because it is my hometown of Washington, D.C.
I was watching from home. It was 2019, and I was trying to do everything I can to get AEW's attention because after I saw that first episode of Dynamite, I was like, this is where I need to be because this company and the people and the performers in it were revolutionizing the business, and I felt like that's where I should go.
You would make your debut about a year and some change after Dynamite first started at Daly's Place in Jacksonville. What was it like getting in the ring for the first time on Dynamite instead of just being on Dark?
It was scary. I don't often get nervous anymore, but I was petrified back then. Our first match on Dynamite was against Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels, and it was a long, mentally draining day because I was so scared. But everything went great. It was so cool to finally be able to be on TV, have my family and friends watch, and also, like I just said, I set my efforts to get to AEW in 2019, and a year later, I was there.
And then, like the week later, you guys challenged for the tag titles against the Young Bucks. What was it like being in the ring and just being thrown to the wolves as far as like reaching the top of that tag team mountain, only your second week a part of that show?
Yeah, our 10th match was the main event of Dynamite for the tag team titles, which is asinine. We had a really good match against the Young Bucks. I don't want to give Max Caster too much credit. I think most of it was me.
It was.
But I do remember that night I was nervous for that too, and also freezing because that was during the pandemic. We had to film anything while we can because it was so hard to travel. And Daly's Place was outside, and North Florida in the wintertime in December, it felt like it was about 28 degrees out wrestling. But it was a good time, and actually, it was one of my top Dynamite memories for myself.
What is it like going from working on like the independents, where it's typically like a smaller crowd in general, to then working for an AEW, but it happens to be during the pandemic, so now you're back to that limited capacity crowd?
I didn't like it. I wanted the people. You get signed, you want to wrestle in front of a large arena, large football stadiums, which we eventually got to do. But it made it tough. The adrenaline comes from connecting with the fans and feeling their energy, and when you don't have that, everything hurts like 10 times more.
Sure, I'm sure it is. Now, one of my favorite Dynamite moments of yours is something I also got to witness in person, and that was at Grand Slam. You guys winning those tag team titles. It was a beautiful moment. Everyone in the crowd wearing Scissor Me Daddy shirts. It was amazing. For you being in the ring in the Arthur Ashe Stadium, what did it mean to you to win those tag titles?
Oh, a lot, because we were probably the first homegrown tag team to really bust through that glass ceiling. It was in New York City, which was right across from my home state of New Jersey. My family and friends were there. I could like pick out my parents in the crowd. It was an incredible experience. It was loud in there. The ring was shaking. To this day, it's such a blur. I'm just thankful. I took a lot of videos that day, and it was definitely a career highlight
Definitely.
and one of the best moments in the history of Dynamite.
You could argue the best moment, honestly. I mean, to me, that was awesome. Everyone screaming "Scissor Me," which is just a
I'm just
crazy
being
sentence to
nice.
say out loud. I loved it. I loved it. Now, you guys had an amazing feud with Swerve and Our Glory. Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee. What was it like working with those guys? You guys coming together as two black tag teams. Wrestling over these top titles in professional wrestling.
It was really fun. Two complete pros, and we got to give them a lot of credit for putting in the effort that they did with us, because they were the right opponent at the right time on the right night at All Out 2022, which is also one of the best tag team matches in the history of the company. So it was really cool to be in the ring with them. And now that Swerve has leveled up, I've leveled up. I think we gotta run it back again.
Absolutely. Now, more of a scary moment that happened on Dynamite last year during Blood and Guts. Now, you went through a few different tables during that match. Participation wise, being a part of that match and going through those tables, I mean, what it means to you in this, I guess, war game style match?
Yeah, it was cool. Whenever you get to do something that's different than a standard wrestling match, it's always fun. It's scary because it's unpredictable and again painful. But you know, when the concept of Blood and Guts was first brought to AEW, I thought that would be a real cool match to be in one day, especially to show a different side of the pride of pro wrestling. Scissor King at the time, and it was grueling. It was an hour in there. There's thumbtacks. I went through barbed wire boards. I got a barbed wire sandwich. I scissored me timbers and accidentally landed in a pile of thumbtacks, which wasn't fun. It's a very, very grueling, tough match, and you have to really mentally prepare for it. I'd love to go in there again because now I have some experience and I feel like I could step up my game in there. Even though we won the match, we defended AEW like I always do. That's what the Pride of Pro Wrestling is all about: representing this company, representing this industry. But I'm ready. If your Pride is ready, if I ever need to go back in there and crack some skulls.
Now, as we move into this 6-year anniversary of Dynamite, now we see another tag team that got back together, Jurassic Express. Now we're seeing some tension still between you and Max Caster, but it looked like you guys are still starting to slowly come together. Are we gonna see that possibly? I would love to see the Acclaim come back.
No, we are not the Acclaimed. This is a match that I did because Jerry Lynn threatened my paycheck. I don't know what kind of guy does that. I got a mortgage. I got bills to pay, and this guy is forcing me to wrestle with somebody that's made my life hell for 5 years. Speaking of anniversaries, so there is no Acclaimed reunion. I am going about my business. The Pride of Pro Wrestling's got a lot of things to do like this. We got a full media day blitz for this show on Wednesday, which, by the way, is in Hollywood, Florida, at the Hard Rock Cafe or Hard Rock Live. Tickets still available, awtix.com. But yeah, none of that.
But I mean, we look back at all these cool Dynamite moments we're talking about. It's always been you and Max, and there's a possibility you guys had that great match on Collision. Why? I mean, I understand he's a little annoying. He's done a lot of stuff that's been a little controversial, but like, you guys still work so well together.
I need a microphone or a camera in front of my face to really get my point across, because I just don't think people understand. Like, I'm not making this up. Like, this is real life. It was behind the scenes. It was rough having to deal with him for multiple years. He had his moments where it's like, all right, I think he's learned his lesson, and then nope. So I refuse to believe that he is changed or is any different. So I don't need that back in my life. I'm a singles competitor. He's a singles competitor, a losing singles competitor. So I also don't want that vibe brought back to me.
Well, I can tell that you're not necessarily his biggest fan. To let you kind of express a little bit, can you tell me 2 things you dislike about Max Caster?
2 things I dislike. I dislike that his edgelord nature. I dislike that he tries to make everything about himself.
Wow. I mean, I can see it. I can kind of see it, honestly. I see where you're coming from.
How can you
Anthony,
not? It's there in the face, blatant.
it is. It is. Anthony, where can I find you on social media? Thank you so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it.
Of course, your Pride's always happy to come on and speak with you. You can find the Pride of Professional Wrestling on Twitter or X at Bowens_official, TikTok at Bowens_official 37. Same thing for Instagram.
Guys, there it is. You can watch AEW Dynamite on TBS, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Guys, my name is Malcolm. This is Muscle Memory, and we're out.
We going up like 1,000. I'm a flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. We going up like 1,000. I'm a flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. When it just like 1, 2, 3. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze.